Psychology says that one of the most painful feelings a person can experience is the feeling of being unwanted. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It shows up in small thoughts like, maybe they don't really want me here. I think I'm bothering them. They probably don't actually care if I'm around. People who feel unwanted often carry these thoughts silently. On the outside, they might look completely normal. They laugh, talk, and continue with their daily life. But inside, there is often a deep question that keeps repeating in their mind. Do I actually matter to anyone? Psychologically, this feeling often begins from experiences of rejection or emotional neglect. It could be growing up in an environment where attention or affection felt limited. Maybe they were ignored compared to others, or made to feel like they were too much or not enough. Even small repeated moments like these can slowly shape the way someone sees themselves. Over time, the brain starts forming a belief, I'm not really wanted. And once that belief is there, it can start affecting how they see everything around them. For example, people who feel unwanted often overanalyze social situations. If someone doesn't reply to a message quickly, their mind may jump to conclusions. Maybe they don't like me anymore. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they're tired of me. Even neutral situations can feel like personal rejection. Another thing psychology notices is that people who feel unwanted often become very careful around others. They try not to be too loud. They try not to ask for too much. They try not to inconvenience anyone. Sometimes they even hide their real emotions, because they're afraid that if they show too much of themselves, people might leave. So, they become quiet observers. They listen more than they talk. They give more than they ask, and they often put other people's comfort above their own. Ironically, these people are often very caring and loyal individuals because they know what it feels like to feel unwanted. They try very hard to make sure others never feel the same way. They remember small details about people. They show up when others need help. They give attention and kindness freely, but deep down, there is still a quiet fear. What if one day they realize they don't actually need me? This fear can sometimes lead people to pull away before they get hurt. They might distance themselves emotionally. They might stop reaching out first. They might act like they don't care. But the truth is, it's usually not because they don't care. It's because they care too much and they're trying to protect themselves from the pain of feeling unwanted. Again, psychology also shows that the human brain is deeply wired for belonging. Feeling accepted and valued by others is one of our most basic emotional needs. So when someone feels unwanted, it can affect their self-worth, their confidence, and even the way they see their place in the world. But here's something important many people don't realize. Feeling unwanted does not mean you actually are unwanted. Sometimes the mind holds on to old experiences and starts projecting them onto new situations. The brain tries to protect you from past pain, but in doing so, it can create fears that aren't always true. There are people who appreciate you, there are people who enjoy your presence, and there are people who feel comfortable simply because you're there. Sometimes the mind just hasn't learned how to believe it yet. And if you've ever felt unwanted before, you should know this. Your value is not determined by how loudly people show their appreciation. Your presence still matters, even if it isn't always acknowledged in obvious ways. You deserve spaces where you feel welcomed, respected, and valued just for being yourself. And if this video made you feel understood, you're not alone. There are many people walking through life quietly carrying the same feeling. Subscribe for more videos that explore the hidden psychology behind human emotions and the experiences many people struggle to explain.